So let's talk about this. What was your last year? How do you feel how your year went last year compared to how is it going now?
Like last year, I had this agreement with God, right? I'd be like, God, I would literally say, God, I need 5 clients that's pre-approved for $250, ready to buy. God would literally send me 5 clients every time. Like, I just have to say, and people be like, well, how are you getting your leads? I just ask. I just ask God. I swear to you. And I feel like I was like, well, I feel like we were in agreement because I'm doing all the things He's telling me to do, and I'm telling people about Him. So I think we're on the same page.
Yeah.
And then this year started out great. God, I need 5 clients because my goal is to sell 4 a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
I need 5 clients, $250 and above. It would be pre-approved, ready to buy. Started out great. Then May happened, and it was kind of like, God, where are my 5 clients? What's happening? June is happening. I get 5 clients, but they ain't ready to buy.
They not ready to buy?
They're playing around. Like, what's happening here? They're moving slow. Inventory's low. Everything's just wild right now. And so I'm like, okay, God.
It's me again.
It's me. Like, did I do something?
Right.
Did I do something wrong? Am I supposed to be? So now it's kind of like, okay, God, I know whatever you got going on is for my benefit. Mm-hmm. So the crazy thing is, and I started going to church. Oh man, when did I start going to church? Religiously. Yeah. It was like the end of July.
Yeah.
And I think the prophetic word, again, I've had people prophesy before, but never that accurate.
The accuracy.
The accuracy for me was like, okay, it's like God's getting my attention because, I'm like, I don't know what's happening here. But He sent that word to tell me like there's something happening, right? And so now it's kind of like shifting, like now that I know that He hasn't forgotten about me, let me just try to listen and really figure out what I need to do for me, because I knew that there are things within me that I needed to fix. Like my procrastination is really bad, like really bad. And a lot of times I talk myself out of things because I do feel like, even though I know I am capable of doing certain things, I don't trust myself a lot with.
That's good.
I don't trust myself a lot with it because I procrastinate, because I'm lazy sometimes, a lot of times. Yeah. And so it's kind of like, you have to get out of the habit of I sometimes use, and I really feel like, I haven't been medically diagnosed. Like, I do feel like I have ADD because it's very hard for me to focus on things. It's very hard for me to focus. But are you literally going to let something like that hold you back when you have been shown that there's something great for you?
Yeah. And
so it's kind of like taking ownership of me and working towards bettering myself for when the time comes for me to really execute everything that He's. And I feel like the ball is in motion now. Like, I'm not concerned anymore about not having the amount of clients that I'm used to having, because I know that there's work that I needed to do and things I need to put in place. Yeah. And I feel like He's shifting me, because actually thinking small. Like, if I'm only sitting here asking for 5 clients, that's real small thinking. Mm-hmm. Because that means I just want enough to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And comfortable, that's the funniest thing. The very first sermon that pastor preached when I went to church was, I got comfortable, and that's why He stopped giving, because it's like, why are you sitting here asking me for 5 clients just for you to be comfortable when you could have so much more? And so now that's when you ask me about my idea of contentment, or what contentment looks like for me, is like, nah, I'm okay with not getting what I asked for because I know what he has planned is greater.
Yes, so, Jesus loves me.
Like, most people will probably be freaking out. Like, I don't have nothing on the pipeline, but nah, because the things that I've seen, yeah, it's about to be ridiculous.
It's almost like, it's easy to praise me. It's easy to trust me. It's easy to follow me when all of the things are going happen.
Oh my God.
But what does it look like when them things ain't looking how you want them things to look? Right? When everything is like a little funny, what does that look like? And I think we have to, every so often, we gotta have our reminders. It's like, look, don't be comfortable here. Don't be so complacent here, because I think if he leaves us in those places for a while, we'll start to believe that, it's us and not him. And I'm this, I'm that, and I'm that. And then the goal is to stay closer to God. And it's like the thing with, what did I say? Some of y'all still in the same situation because that's the only time God can get you to spend time with him. I was like, God, I want to spend time with you at all times. Like, we ain't got to just meet right here in this low valley moment. Like, we can meet up here on the mountaintop too, God. I'm gonna still give you time. And it's like, that's how you want God to trust you. Like, I know I can give her this because she's still going to steward our relationship. So I'm just like, even in that time with the boutique being closed, and that's the first time in my working life. I've been working since I've been 15 years old, like making my own money, that I didn't have my own money. And it was like, now what am I going to do? Like, am I going to trust God that he's going to provide? And it wasn't like I didn't have a way to make money. I could have then come back in this salon and started working and making money. But God was just like, no, like, you got to trust me in this season. And I think my biggest thing was I needed to know what it felt like to trust him when I couldn't, I couldn't do it on my own. And I have learned that, and like, he's brought me out of some things, and even those things still not, it's still like, because you did got a business, so you still got everything that's attached. There's still things you got to face. But I'm like, if he's brought me through all of this, like, that's nothing to a giant. It's like nothing. So I'm like, all the things gonna work out. And I think one of my other lessons is, always looking for something new. And he's like, you literally have everything. Like, this is the most profound, no, not most profound. This thing hit me. I was talking to somebody and we were talking about multiplication, and I said, the problem is that we keep adding. So we add this to it, we add this to it, we add this, when we're supposed to take what we have and multiply it. So adding just makes things do this. Multiplying makes things go up, spill over, have more. And so even with the transition, like going to the, having a brick and mortar and all of that, that was a lot of addition. Like, I added stress, I added more expenses, I added more things. And I'm just like, well, I mean, God, you literally like allowed it went smoothly. And he was like, well, I knew you was going to do this, but there's some things that I needed you to learn here. There's some things I needed you to do here. And eventually it was going to close. I believe that the lesson is learned. It was going to close. But the biggest lesson is, when it closed, I wasn't prepared and I wasn't in a position that I could have been, because he gave me a store manager. I had somebody working in this store for almost 2 years. So the thing, when I retired, I was supposed to retire and become a full-time coach and a boutique owner. I became a boutique owner, but
you put the coaching
I
aside.
put the coaching aside. And that was
not what he told me.
That was not what he told me to do. So had I stewarded over that and really focused, and that's what I had, instead of looking for more things to add, had I been multiplying what he already gave me, when it was time to shut this store down, I would have had enough to dissolve everything and not be left with any bills or anything. I could have just closed, I'm breaking this lease, here go the money, whatever, but I didn't do that. And so I'm getting another chance. And he's like, okay, well, since you understood, now I'm gonna allow you to make a little coin because I can trust you again. And
that part.
Now my coaching business is growing again. So it's just,
which was what? The
ultimate goal, which I was supposed to be doing the whole time. Be disrespectful in these kingdom streets.
Maybe.
I'm like, I'm sorry.
Sorry, God.
Yeah. You know your child. You know I ain't meant nothing bad. But I got sucked up. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like I got sucked up with the fake coaches, with the social media hype of this what I'm supposed to have, this how I'm supposed to live. All of these things, I got sucked up in all that stuff.
I think that's everybody though. It's so hard not to. It's so hard not to be influenced when the culture is all about influencing.
Yeah.
But a lot of these people aren't really teaching for purpose. They're teaching for profit. And that's just...
Say that again, in the camera. Say that in the camera.
They're not teaching for purpose. They're teaching for profit.
These are...
That's it.
Ooh, that's it. Like, they care nothing about whether you get what you're supposed to get. None of that. And I'm just like... Even my pricing. Like, I'm starting to... This coaching, I'm like... The group that I'm helping, these ain't $10,000 people.
But
right?
their purpose.
Right. And so even though I could, why would I charge them $10,000?
Right.
Like, I want to reach men. Right. So I want to be able to have more people instead of charging more money and having less people.
Yeah.
Because the more people I can reach, the more impactful I become.
Exactly.
Like, that's what it's about. It's really not about how much I can make, how much I can do this. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna be taken care of.
Yeah.
Like, I still haven't missed the beach yet.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still doing good.
And you won't.
Yeah. Like,
Right.
And the thing is, God is like, hey, you can make a lot happen on your own. But if you just focus on me and my mission, like, I can give you way more than you could ask of, think of, look for,
dream
about. But the precursor is you got to do what I say to do first. Yes.
It's like, what your mama tell you? Do as I say.
Right. I see that.
Do as I say, please. Thank you. Yeah. Look at her.
Slay.
Look at that. Ooh. Look at that little head. It's beautiful. And see, let me do my test. Let me do my flip test. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing. Give it. Motion. Yeah, that feels.
And you gotta put it behind the ear.
Yeah. That's good. That action. That was perfect.
Thank you. Oh God. Oh yeah.
See if I can find a lunch date.
Oh.
I got another client.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, we didn't do our ending. We have to do our ending.
What's our ending?
How we gonna end it?
Oh.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in.